Welcome, Reflections judges. Okay, so we're going to talk about judging in this video, and hopefully you should have all of your responses. The spreadsheet should be completely filled out. You want to make sure and go back to that Google form, click responses, and make sure it's turned off so you're not accepting any more responses, so that way no more entries get submitted past the deadline and not sent to judges, or sent to judges but don't need to be judged. So we talked in the last video about hiding columns, so you guys should already have that done. You should only see the student's last name, grade and age, grade division, category, title of work, statement, and then just the columns for that particular category. So I'm in the dance tab, so I should only be seeing the dance columns. Now you should have 4 extra judging columns at the end, just in the 6 category tabs. You won't have that in the all response tab. And I've already got it set up for interpretation, creativity, and technique, which is what your judges will be judging on. Interpretation is worth 40 points. So they just scroll down and pick the number. And creativity and technique are only worth 30. And then it will automatically calculate the total for you right here in this column. Now, when you open up your spreadsheet and see this, you will only see these little arrows on the first line, hopefully the first line. And you're going to want to copy that down all the way through all of your entries. So if you click on that first box that has the arrow, and you're going to shift and highlight all 4 columns, and then see this little blue box right here. When you get right on top of it, you'll see the little crosshairs. You're going to click and drag down, depending on how many entries you have in that tab, so that every entry has those little arrows and the totals. And you're going to do that in all 6 of your category tabs. Okay, so we are ready to share this with our judges, but we're not going to send this whole spreadsheet to our judge, because you should have a judge for each of your categories. So what we're going to do, we're going to work on dance right now. Hovering over the tab at the bottom, you're going to right click, go up to copy to new spreadsheet. And that's going to open up a spreadsheet with just the dance tab. So open. And you're going to rename it Dance Judging Reflections 2021-22. So you're going to do that for all 6 categories. So now you see there's only 1 tab. And again, you should have, it should copy exactly the right way with all of your columns hidden that you don't need, and your judging columns and everything. So now we're going to share this with your judge. Click share, that green button. And right here, you're going to add their email address. And click done. Oh, no, you know what? I forgot a step. We need to lock down the data so that all this information down here doesn't get messed up. So before you send it to a judge, go to data, go to protected sheets and ranges, add a sheet or range. And we're going to come over here and we're going to highlight that top column. And we're going to shift over all the way up to the judging. Do not highlight the judging columns. Click set permissions, restrict who can edit this range, and make sure it says only you. So it is locked down. The judges cannot accidentally delete or move things around. but they can still get in here to their judging columns and add. Exit out of that. Okay, so now you can click the share button and share that with your judge. Then you're going to send an email to your judge, thanking them for judging, giving them the deadline that you need to for them to get the judging done. And you're going to also attach the rubric. So this is the reflections rubric. This is your instructions for your judges. Here's the interpretation of theme, the creativity, and the technique. And again, how many points each one is worth. And this will help them decide what point value they should give, depending on if it's a beginning or advanced piece. So make sure you give them this. This can be found on the Oklahoma PTA Reflections page on our website, and it will also be linked on the Facebook page. Make sure you give this to your judges. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, and the other thing is, because you're sharing this and not just sending them the document, they don't have to send it back to you. You will actually see in real time them judging it. So let's say, you know, it's 2 days before the deadline that you gave them, and this is all still blank. Send them a little reminder email, making sure everything's going on in their world. If they have any questions, if they didn't receive access, reminding them of that deadline. That way, you know, if for some reason something happens and they can't judge anymore, you still have time to find another judge. So again, you'll be able to see all this in real time. And I would probably go into your Google Drive and get all these judging files and put them in one folder also, so that they're easier for you to find. Now, once everything is judged, and let me go over to, I think I have a little sample open. Yeah. So we're going to pretend that these are judged. And given scores. Okay, now obviously with only 2 entries right here, this is easy, but you know, if you've got 20 or 30, you're going to want to come up here to your letter header, and you're going to want to right click. And you know, we've been sorting by A to Z for alphabetical order, but right here, we're going to do backwards. We're going to sort Z through A, which is going to bring your highest winner, your highest number, to the top and down to the lowest. So now we know that this right here is going to be our first place winner, and the next one will be our second, and so on and so forth. And I would go ahead and just type that so you have that written down. Next, what you're going to do, again, to make things easier on you, you know what, I think we'll talk about that in the next video. So this is what you need to be doing for judging. And in the next video, we'll talk about how to submit to state. Thank you so much.